Hi there. Welcome to this autumn vegan cookery session with me, Ollie, from V for Life or Vegetarian for Life. If you've not joined one of my sessions before, we are a charity that support vegetarians and vegans over the age of 50. We do that through a variety of ways. We've got a really good supportive website with lots of pen pal schemes and advice and lots of things like that. I'm a roving chef, so I go around and give talks and demos, and also more specific training in care environments and on courses and things like that. So welcome. Today we're going to make a carrot, ginger and orange soup. So lovely autumnal soup. The weather's changed, it's miserable. It's great to make a big batch of soup, put it in the freezer in small portions so you can pull it out when you need. I'm also going to make a soda bread, which is one of the easiest breads you can make, and it's satisfying, isn't it? It goes well with soup. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to make that as well. Also a few tips along the way. I'm going to show you how to make my own stock as well. Make my own stock now, so I don't have to buy one. Saves you a lot of money. Well, I mean, it's not expensive, but saves you a bit of money, and you know what's in it. It's much better for you, and it's so easy as well. So my kettle's boiling. My oven's on at 180 to about 200 degrees. I've peeled my carrots already, so you don't have to watch me peel 8 carrots. Started peeling the onions as well. I'm just going to nip the ends off these. I've got a nice big pan, nice big soup or casserole or stew pot ready to go. Just going to peel the rest of these onions. So I've got 4 onions and about 8 carrots, and then a big lump of ginger, and you can decide how hot you like this soup. I like mine a bit spicy, and then you can put in some cayenne pepper as well towards the end. This is a lovely balanced soup between sweet and spicy. It's full of antioxidants, full of antimicrobial and great things for warding off colds like garlic and onion. I need to get my garlic actually. So garlic, 4 cloves of garlic as well. So it's a great soup to carry you through the autumn and into the winter. Don't forget, we've got loads of recipes on our website, V for Life, vegetarianforlife.org.uk or vforlife.org.uk. Loads of seasonal things. Kettle's just boiling. I'm going to turn that off. That's going to be for the stock. Got loads of seasonal recipes, loads of more soups and stews. We're coming into squash season. You start to see them in the shops. So loads of nice squash recipes, tagines, loads more soup options. So have a look. Loads more bread options as well. Got my own recipe for making sourdough as well, if that's something you're interested in. A bit more of a laborious process, a labour of love, but definitely worth it if you can get into it and you can make a good starter. So I've just roughly chopped these onions. I want them nice and chunky, not fine diced. So I've just sliced them in half, made some vertical incisions, and then I'm just going to make incisions across the top, and then that makes some nice chunks like that. Get rid of that end bit. All my peelings I'm saving. I'll talk to you about that in a bit. But yeah, this is a big batch soup. If you're making it fresh, it'll serve about 8 people. So you could even double that up. You've got like 16 to 20 portions ready to go in the freezer. There we go. Nearly done with the onions. Let's get my pan on. And this doesn't have to be pretty. We're going to blend this soup with a stick blender at the end. So as long as the things are roughly the same sort of size, and they'll cook evenly. And we won't get burning from small bits and things like that. Grab yourself some oil. Got some olive oil here, but any oil, whatever you normally use for frying or sautéing. And then I'm gonna get the onions in. Good glug of oil. And then straight in with the onions. Sizzling away. So let's chop up these carrots. Like I said, I've already peeled them. Just gonna create little rings. Carrots are full of great antioxidants, carotenoids. And like I said, the soup is going to be great for your immune system. It's going to ward off those colds. I think there's things going around at the moment. And this soup is going to help you through that. Lots of vitamin C from the oranges, which we put in at the end. Onions are good stir. Smells great. The smell of onions is just one of the best smells in the kitchen, isn't it? As well as the smell of baking bread, which we're also going to be doing. So this is a perfect day for baking bread and making soups and stews. I like to have a good long afternoon cookery session sometimes and just cook up big batches of things. Makes it really convenient and can save you a bit of money as well. And it's when I like to make my homemade stock as well, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. Okay, so there's the carrots all chopped. Let's get some garlic cloves as well. So about 4 cloves of garlic, or a little bit more. These are quite small cloves. I'm going to throw in a few more perhaps. Onion is cooking down. It's gone a little translucent, softened. So we're going to crush that garlic at the end, the side of the blade. And we can peel off the skin nice and easy. We're buying this Spanish garlic recently. You find most garlic is grown in China, even the organic stuff you find. And I've heard it's not grown in the best conditions a lot of the time. Whereas this Spanish garlic is a lot better, and you can tell because it has these little roots at the end, whereas all the Chinese garlic you find won't have that. It'll just have a flat bottom. So yeah, it's really delicious, this garlic. Garlic really can vary so much. You can get really sort of pungent and really almost hot and spicy garlic. But it's really good for you. Easy to grow as well. Easy to grow yourself in pots. I have done it before now. But yeah, super good for you. All part of the same family as the onions, the leeks, the allium family. And like I say, they're really antimicrobial, really anti-inflammatory, good for your cardiovascular system, and delicious as well. Okay, so just roughly chop that garlic, and that's going to go in next. So that onion is lovely and soft. There's some nice brown tinges to the edges. And now I'm going to chuck in the carrots, the garlic. I don't tend to cook garlic at the same time as onions. It's got a much quicker cooking time, and if you cook it too much, you can make it bitter. It burns easily. That's when you really get that kind of horrible taste in your mouth and garlic breath. Okay, so good bit of ginger. I'm going to put about that much in, and probably showed you this before, but to peel it, get yourself a teaspoon, and it's really, really good for getting that skin off, because it gets into all those nooks and crannies of the ginger, unlike a potato peeler wouldn't be able to get in there. So the skin just glides off. Or use the skin as well if you want. Give it a good wash. So we're going to mix this garlic up. We're going to put it through a fine grater. Okay. So just like this. There's quite a lot of moisture, a lot of water in the ginger. So it's going to slow down that frying. That's why we do it now. This is nice and fiery, this ginger. I can smell the heat. So just get that in. And there's a bit of skin left. I'm going to just chop that up. Right then. Nearly ready for some stock. So this is my stock powder, the dehydrated powder, and it's just made from vegetables. What I do, all my peelings, there's bits of garlic, there's bits of onion, bits of carrot, keep those over over a week or whatever, a couple of weeks as I'm making things. Keep it in the freezer in a big box, and then when I'm ready, when I'm doing a day cookery session or afternoon cookery session, just fill a couple of big baking trays like this, full of the vegetables, and then in the lowest setting in your oven, pop it in there until you get rid of all the moisture, completely dehydrate those vegetables. It'll all shrivel up and go nice and hard, and then pop it in a blender or a spice grinder or a coffee grinder or something like that. Whiz it up, and then you've got this dehydrated vegetable powder. And it tastes great. It's not overly salted, there's enough sugar, it hasn't got like lots of chemicals and weird stuff that lots of shop bought stock cubes or powders might have in. So I can control everything. I can put the salt, as much salt as I like in it. I haven't put any salt in this one actually, so I'm going to add a good amount of salt to my soup. And then you just use it how you'd use like a bouillon powder or a stock basically. So I'm going to use about 4 heaped teaspoons for a litre of stock. A bit more. There we go. And then in we go. Crank up the heat, bring that to the boil. And then once that comes to the boil, we're just going to let that simmer until those carrots cook through. And that's really it. We can just adjust the seasoning after that, and we just blend it with our stick blender. While we're waiting for the soup, we get on with the bread. My oven's on, like I say, 180 with a fan-assisted oven, or about 200 if not. Soda bread's traditionally made with buttermilk or whole milk. This is a vegan soda bread, so we're going to use oat milk, and you really don't miss out. It's a really good soda bread. I made one this morning. It takes about 35 minutes to make, so probably not got time now, but I'll show you the initial process. We want a strong white bread flour and just a plain flour as well. Sift your flours in, so 300 grams of plain flour, .50 grams of the bread flour, okay. Good pinch of salt. And then a heaped teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. And this is what's going to give the bread rise when we combine it with some lemon juice and the oat milk. So this is such an easy bread, doesn't really have any kneading involved, doesn't have any leavening, doesn't have any, you're not going to wait for it to rise. There's no yeast involved. And then you can also add in things like some seeds, some nuts, perhaps some mixed herbs. I'm just going to add in about half a teaspoon of mixed herbs, but that's entirely optional. Give all that a good mix. Then we want 300 millilitres of oat milk. Oat milk's got a lovely natural sweetness, creaminess to it, so it's a good replacement for milk or buttermilk. And then squeeze about a teaspoon lemon juice into that milk. So my soup's bubbling away. Let's turn down the temperature now on that. Create a well in the flour, and then gradually pour in that milk and lemon mixture. You can get your hands in there as well if you want. It creates quite a sticky dough, so you're going to add quite a lot of flour to your hands, to the board or the surface you're going to work on as well. All that liquid incorporated. You can see it's a really sticky dough. So lots of dusting. Add a bit more flour on top of the dough on your hands. I'm just gonna bring this into a nice ball. I'm gonna give it a bit of kneading. And not too much. So you should have something a little bit like that. Give my hands a quick wash. And then get a baking tray, not a loaf tin or anything. You could do a sort of loaf shape if you want. Soda bread is usually sort of round or organic shape. Give it a good dusting, some more flour. And then in with the dough. So try and fold it over like this, and then get a nice neat top to it. I'll put it on the tray, and then we'll pop that in the oven. Should be ready in about 35 minutes. Just clean this up, and then I'll show you one I made earlier. Okay, so here we go. This is one I made earlier. The shape went a bit funny there, but it's got a nice hollow sound to it, nice solid sound. It's a dense bread. It's not as light as most loaves, that is just soda bread. It is a dense bread, perfect accompaniment to a soup or a stew. Let's have a little look. A nice crust on it. And it's nice and fluffy inside. But yeah, that is really smells just like a traditional soda bread. The flavour. Well, I think I forgot to put salt in this one. But it's good. Really, really nice. It's got that lovely cakey soda taste. Really, really good. I think that's better than traditional soda breads I've tasted, to be honest. Really delicious. Soup should be ready very soon. Excuse me. Let's have a look. Smells lovely. You can really smell that ginger, lots of garlic. Carrot has softened somewhat. So I can blend this up now. I could give it a few more minutes. I think I can probably get away with blending it now. Everything's fairly cut through. So just use an immersion blender, stick blender. Really cheap bit of kitchen equipment, and so versatile as well. You can get loads these days. Have whisk attachments and all sorts. Take that off the heat. And you can really control the chunkiness of the soup. I like mine really pureed, but if you want to keep some bits, then you can do that. Have more of a watery soup with more sort of chunks in there. I'm going to add in just a pinch of cayenne pepper out of my spice drawer. So this isn't essential, or you could add in some chili powder if you want. This is going to give it a bit of an extra kick as well. So if you like it hot, add in some chili powder or cayenne pepper. Let's give that a quick flip. Last thing to do, a couple of oranges, and then the soup's nice and thick. And you're going to add the juice of 2 oranges. This is going to water it down a little bit and give it an amazing sweetness, packed full of vitamin C. This is the soup for autumn, isn't it? Colour is beautiful and orange. If you don't want it quite as sweet, you can just add in 1 orange or just 1.5. I think I'm gonna just leave that like that. juice in just as you're going to serve it, by the way. So if you're not going to serve it straight away, let it sit. Ladle, big soup bowl. I want a nice big portion on this miserable day today. Up there for a second. If you want to add some fresh coriander, and a drizzle of perhaps some creme fraiche, some vegan creme fraiche, and you can do that. This is not a vegan creme fraiche. I'm not really a fan of those things. I know there's like Oatly and a few companies that do them, but they're quite processed. Lots of chemicals and additives and things, which I'm not a big fan of. But if you're vegan, they taste pretty good. Consistency's good. And the taste's not bad either. So nice drizzle of that, and then just top it with some fresh coriander. There we go. There is my soup. If you can see that. Yeah, that is lovely, lovely, warming, nutrient-packed autumn soup. So good. Wow, it's a real kick to it, which I love. A lovely sweetness to it as well from that orange. Dunk your bread in it. Perfect. I'm sorted. Just going to check on the other bread I popped in. So it's doing nice. It's risen. Probably still needs another 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes or so. But yeah, thanks so much for joining. I'm just seeing if there's any questions. I think I can view some questions here. Yeah, that's great. Someone's saying they've learned a lot, love these sessions, and they're going to give these recipes a go. Yeah, so I hope you do. They're so simple. We've made a loaf of bread and a delicious big hearty soup in 35 minutes, I'd say, for the bread. Yeah, super simple. So thanks for joining me. I'll hopefully be doing another one of these again soon. But I urge you to go on our website, check out all the autumn and winter recipes we've got, and have a go. So thanks a lot. Thanks again, and see you soon.